Okay, so I think everyone in this workshop is likely familiar with EMSL, so I won't belabor this, but we are a BER-funded user facility with expertise and capabilities in environmental and biological sciences. And users can access the facility through a peer-reviewed proposal process, and that access is free for non-proprietary work. So we currently have 3 proposal calls open for which we are accepting letters of intent. This large-scale research proposal call and then these 2 ficus calls. Those are opportunities for joint access to more than one user facility. We have the one call with JGI and one with the ARM facility. And I think the most useful thing for someone who actually is hoping to submit their first proposal is to show you our website quickly. We are on a new, we're mid-transition in a couple of respects. One is that we have this fancy new website and it's beautiful, but we are still midstream as far as converting all of our user information to the new format. But you will find what you need under this user program section. And you'll see that we have sort of big cards for our 3 proposal calls. And under each call, we have a very long page of information. So I apologize for this, but we have, you'll find here the focus topic areas for each call. Scrolling down, you'll find some information about highlighted capabilities for the call and the review criteria. To submit a letter of intent, there's a second page, and the letter of intent guidance is slightly different for each proposal call. So pay attention to that. And this has all the instructions that you should need to submit a letter of intent. The other point where we're mid-transition, however, is that we are about to launch our new user portal on March 1st. So these letters of intent will be coming in through our old user portal. Again, we're doing a bit of a shoehorn approach to make that happen. And then the full proposals for those users who are invited to submit a full proposal, that will come in through the new one. So just wanted to orient people to those changes. So what makes a strong proposal? What we're looking for are proposals that are responsive to those call topics and for projects that describe an integrated research plan. And so what I mean by that is a proposal that doesn't simply say this is the experiment I want to do or the calculation I want to do, but really explains how those results are going to be integrated into the larger research project to generate knowledge, test hypotheses, guide models, etc. One of the other things that you can do to ensure that you are making a strong proposal is to contact EMSL staff. Staff are available to talk to you about equipment, availability, specifications, what kind of tools we have. They can discuss the feasibility of your approach and talk about ways to ensure that you're aligning your proposal to our capabilities and our mission. So if you're wondering who to contact, the science area leads, Nancy Hess, Scott Baker, and Leanne McHugh are a good place to start. You can also see on those proposal call web pages that we looked at, under that highlighted capabilities section, there are staff contacts. We also have all of our staff bios online. And you can always contact me as well with general questions or to help you identify the appropriate scientific contact. So as promised, I will keep this very short. If you are interested in becoming a user, you could take a screenshot of this quick summary of the important information. Again, for 2 of those calls, the letters of intent are due in less than 2 weeks. And so if you are interested in starting a proposal, do reach out to staff now, and I hope we hear from some of you. And so I could take questions now, or Jay, do you want to take over and take questions at the end if there are any?
Why don't we take questions at the end so that at least folks who want to take a minute away can do that as well. Okay. Thank you. Now I will share my screen, and hopefully the right screen. Does that come up?
Yep.
All right, cool. My name's Jay Bardhan. I'm currently the lead scientist for EMSL's Systems Modeling and Data Sciences Integrated Research Platform. What I wanted to do was give you a 2-3 minute overview of the capabilities and expertise within computing at EMSL. So what you see here are 2 pictures of our supercomputers, Cascade and Tahoma. A little bit later, I'll cover some details on those. Really, I wanted to highlight 2 big reasons to apply to the EMSL user program and our enthusiasm for the workshop today. One, as you've seen from a number of EMSL and PNNL staff, we have a wide range of modeling expertise, well beyond setting up and running cutting edge simulations. Are experts in thinking about what kinds of computational experiments are possible, feasible, and that sort of thing, as well as sheer computational scale. A number of folks highlighted an interest in running larger simulations, whether in memory or simply in CPU, GPU compute horsepower, and we have plenty of that. As I showed on the first slide, we currently have 2 supercomputers on our machine floor. The first one, Cascade, has 960 large Intel nodes and a number of GPUs available. We also have the newer Tahoma supercomputer, which was brought online just a few months ago, which, despite having many fewer nodes, has significantly higher overall performance due to increases in core count and just raw performance. We have a number of nodes on that have an enormous amount of RAM, 1.5 terabytes. So things that didn't fit in memory on your cluster, we may have the ability to run significantly larger calculations. With more details on this are available in the, we'll make the slides available, and they're available on our webpage. Software, we have a range of high-end software for a variety of kinds of calculations. As Neri introduced, the developers of NWChem are the main developers sit at EMSL and PNNL. We also have VASP4 and VASP5 running on the supercomputers, although you'll have to run, show that you have your own license for that kind of software. We'll make these slides available, and all of this information is available on our webpage. As I was saying, we have a range of kinds of modeling software available. What I'm highlighting on this slide are simply the computational chemistry codes that we have available. And generally speaking, we're happy to work with you if you have additional kinds of scientific simulation codes that would be helpful for your science. Amity illustrated a number of examples with classical MD, as did some of the others. And hopefully this is the last slide, which has a URL on it. This is our public website, which has much more information on the supercomputers at EMSL, as well as the software and how to get in touch with us. So with that, I will end. I just want to say again that we have enormous enthusiasm for all the kinds of applications that people have been talking about today. And we welcome you to reach out if you have questions or interests in what we might be able to help with your science. Thanks.